June 15th, 2017. 2020 Vision was the name of a channel created on this day, invoking not much, if any attention whatsoever, as you would expect upon having no subscribers. However, the channel wasted no time in kicking off what would years later down the line in retrospect become arguably one of the greatest conundrums in internet history. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of YouTube Unsolved. Today we're going to be covering 2020 Vision. Now, this is a little bit odd and awkward because 2020 Vision has kind of already been covered by everyone. But today, I'm going to be going deeper than what everyone has gone into. We're going to be discussing not just the whole ploy, the magic trick that 2020 Vision pulled off in order to make their little channel succeed and catch everyone's attention. We're going to be going into the details of the ramifications of it and the more secretive, very much more dark version of where the influence of the channel is going now. Basically being now a Discord, undercover, underground, Illuminati-style death cult. So yeah, I think you might be a little bit interested. Now first, we need to address the elephant in the room, and in that case, it would be how 2020 Vision or 2020 Vision managed to pull off the little stunt in basically predicting multiple dozens people's deaths to the exact day that they did all throughout the year of 2020, even though they created and uploaded all their videos in 2017. It's very simple, and you might have already seen a lot of explanations for this. Now if you clicked on YouTube Unsolved, then clearly you know that we're gonna go a step further because, well, that's what we do here on this series. But basically, to cover the basics of how this works, you can upload as many videos as you want to YouTube, and you can make them unlisted, meaning only you can see them, but they're still posted, and you can edit them at any time. Now, what you can do, and in this case, what 2020 Vision did, in the case of whoever runs the channel, they took celebrities, a whole bunch of celebrities. As a matter of fact, they probably just went to some Forbes list and just looked at or collected 1,000 of the top most relevant celebrities of the year, in which case would be 2017, probably put them in a big list, and then organized a nice series of videos, all the way maybe alphabetical order, it doesn't really matter, and then basically made this really simplistic 6-frame animation of a nice opening eyeball, kind of like the eyeball you'd see in the back of a $1 bill, you know, the general thing like that, just to kind of invoke some kind of suspicion or mystery behind it. And then what they did is, in every single one of the videos, they would have one video for each celebrity. They would have one day. So for each video, they'd have every single day of the entire year. So for example, let's just say Dallas aka Infernus, which is my name by the way. Now Dallas aka Infernus is gonna die in 2020. Dallas aka Infernus, January 1, 2020. Dallas aka Infernus, January 2, 2020. PewDiePie, January 1, 2020. January 3, 4, 5, 6. May 1st, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, basically on throughout the entire year, which basically means that they had however many celebrities, just so many celebrities enough to where they can assure that at least some of them were going to pass away just by statistics in 2020, and each video was long enough to basically have this, you know, 13-second long or 6-second long animation about 365 times. And then once the celebrity actually passed away, they could just go into each one of those unlisted videos, edit out only one of those sections whichever day they died, and then publish them, and boom, you got a death cult future predicting all-seeing eyeball that is now controlling all of YouTube and getting everyone's attention. So that's all figured out at this point, and the whole thing behind that has spawned all kinds of other copycat channels which are now doing the exact same thing, except for celebrities in 2021 and then 2025. And hopefully I don't see my name on that list. Otherwise, I'm gonna be a little bit scared. But hopefully we can all just assume that it's fake anyways, and chances are none of it was ever linked with any kind of Illuminati conspiracy, spiritual, supernatural cult. But that's where the Uno reverse card comes in, because at the end of the day, this goes far more to a darker place than what you would imagine. Now, this comes from new data and new information collected from some people who have contacted me through various means, one being my email, one being my Discord, which is associated with YouTube Unsolved. Go ahead and join that if you haven't already, because it's basically a place where we solve all kinds of mysteries. Now, this person's account of what the whole 2020 vision thing has led up to is called Jerry. This individual's name wants to go by Jerry for this account. Now, basically, Jerry's experience with 2020 vision goes as following. So obviously, 2020 vision is not just a YouTube channel. They have a Discord server. So when you go into this server, you start seeing some very strange, questionable things. And there's a sizable amount of people who have joined this Discord server, into the tens of thousands. Obviously, just from the publicity that 2020 vision has wound it up within only the last couple of weeks. So because of this, Jerry went to 2020 Vision's Discord and started looking into some of the activity that was on there, and found a section on the Discord server called memes, one of the least suspecting mysterious parts that you would imagine would be in the whole Discord server. In memes, there was a simple command that you could type out saying, "Show me your memes," and then this 2020 Vision account bot connected with the server would start spewing out a whole random list of very cryptic, literal, just scrambled messages in these very arbitrary and abstract images. Now, it turns out, through Jerry's work and the teamwork of other people who are in the server, this is all connected with something that's being currently streamed via the Discord streaming option in the server's main voice channel. So basically, 2020 Vision's account is streaming some sort of a live video camera feed of some analog display screen showing blinking digits, which some people have suspected to be a coordinate. Now, this is clearly something you'd imagine to be an ARG, but the problem is, due to Jerry's account, which I'm going to go into further, it actually leads to more questionable things, which I believe could be a little bit bigger than an ARG. Now, throughout the Discord's discussion, we can see 2020 Vision interacting with the people that are still joining the server on a frequent basis, because it's still extremely popular right now and everyone's still trying to figure out what this whole thing means. Basically, 2020 Vision exclaiming the fact that this is in reality a death cult, a real thing, and for sure not a game. This is not a hoax. We're taking this seriously. Some typical thing you would expect to hear from someone who's not taking it seriously, and it's not an actual cult, and it's a literal just ARG. But it turns out the meme section of the Discord server of 2020 Vision leads to some pretty interesting findings. If you take some of the cryptographic text that's in all these memes, and you organize them in a certain way through the findings of some people who've tried different methods of this, either doing the top one first, and then the bottom one second, or just only doing the top and then doing the bottom. They found out by using a certain cryptographic translator. If you don't know what that means, basically there's an entire different language called cryptography, kind of the way Bitcoin works, if you've ever heard of Bitcoin, which makes things very secure, very hard to interpret, very hard to hack into, because it's just a very complex language. You can actually determine that there's a statement within all of these images that are in a chronological order. Now, at this point, if you actually find the statement, which is posted right here in this image based off of the courtesy of Jerry, thank you for submitting that, and you type it into Discord in a channel, you can actually become instantly what is considered a disciple of 2020 Vision, or the 2020 Vision cult. And you are actually personally messaged by 2020 Vision based off of this individual Jerry's experience, a set of coordinates, a physical location on Earth of where you are then implied, or you are obligated to go to meet up for all the disciples of this cult to form their first in real life get together or meeting. Now, this is very weird. Now, this is where it kind of throws the whole thing off a little bit, because obviously from the surface it just looks like a nice publicity stunt from some edgy teenager who wants to, take advantage of all of this, attention to try to make some edgy little, Discord type deep web project or something like that. But the fact that now we can see that these people are getting to the next level and actually being physically invited to go to a certain place in real life to now be a part of this legitimate cult type activity. There was no information given to Jerry, who became one of the disciples, meaning you're given the disciple role in 2020 Vision's Discord server. There's no information given to him on what was going to happen in this location. However, on Google Maps, if you take the actual coordinates, put them in there, and press the search button, it will lead you straight to this very off-the-grid place, which doesn't have that many roads going to it, but you can clearly see that there is activity there, and I found that to be personally very disconcerting to me, because unless someone who designed this entire trick went to go out of their way to not only do that, but then plan this entire fake thing just to make it look even scarier, just for the small people who are going to get through the deciphering of these texts, and this was all just a fabricated hoax, even through all that, I find it to be rather disturbing because, well, either one, the person running 2020 Vision is very dedicated, and they had this whole thing planned out to play the people involved with this like a fiddle in order to make themselves look really cool and edgy, and like they're some kind of time traveler, or two, there's actually a chance that something about this might literally be legitimate, and that's very strange to me. There's obviously no other further proof than that as of right now, because good friend over here, Jerry, thank you so much once again, did not actually physically go to this location, or if they did or are going to, they did not tell me. If you do go there and you live, please tell me. I'm not gonna go there because, well, obviously I'm too much of a little scaredy cat. So that's what we have so far for the channel 2020 Vision. It's kind of like a two-edged sword. On one hand, it's very easy to understand what they did. It's a very genius idea, but it's very understandable. It's not like it's some big mystery on how the channel accurately predicted people's passing away. And on the other hand, clearly there's lots of other things going on behind the scenes which not really anyone is talking about under this entire topic. 90% of the people who have ever made videos in the last couple of weeks about 2020 Vision have only discussed the basic, clear to see facts of how they, uploaded videos, edited them, and then later published them, and it still said 2017. The basic stuff everyone said. No one's really discussing the fact of what's going on into the darker parts of it. So that is the episode, everyone, and unfortunately we can't even say whether or not this is solved or unsolved still, because in reality I have no way of even knowing if this is a mystery that could be possibly solved, because it's so mysterious that it's not even a mystery yet. I can't even determine if it's a mystery or not. All I can say is, if you want to go further into it and try to decipher, some of this text for yourself, and apparently it's changing every day because clearly, situations like Jerry will happen and people will find out what the text is and then they won't be able to get to the next level and become a disciple. If you want to find out what it is for yourself, you can go ahead and do that. Maybe submit your findings to the Discord server, and if you want to actually go to the physical location yourself at the given time and see what goes on there because you're a crazy mad lad who likes living like Larry, then go ahead. You might just come across a SpongeBob episode type cult where, it's just a bunch of tentacle octopus looking things with robes and stuff like that. I wouldn't be so surprised. Really, that's all we have for this episode. I'll see you in the next one until we have more information. I hope you enjoyed this one. My name's Dallas, aka Infernus. I'll see you later. Goodbye.